Imagine you buy this really high-performance machine, right? Top of the line. But then you find out there's this one little part inside, and it's actually designed to wear out fast. Not like a mistake, but almost deliberately to protect the rest of it. Well, today we're diving deep into exactly that kind of situation in the world of RC cars. We're looking at the Tamiya Super HotShot re-release kit, item number 58517. It's this great 4WD buggy, promises, dynamic off-road driving, but it holds a little secret, one that most owners figure out pretty quick. So our mission today, unpack Tamiya's thinking, look at the community's must-do fix, and basically guide you through this really critical upgrade. Okay, so first off, this Super HotShot, it sounds pretty potent on paper. What exactly did Tamiya put in this thing? Yeah, it's definitely got some punch. It comes with the Tamiya 540 GT Tune motor. That's part number 53779. We're talking a 25-turn brushed motor here. It puts out something like 19,000 RPM with no load and about 500 GFC-meter of torque. They even throw in a full ball bearing set. So yeah, it's clearly set up for, like you said, dynamic driving. Yeah. Serious fun.
19,000 RPM. Wow, okay, that's quite a bit for a re-release kit like this. And I guess this is where the paradox comes in, right? All that power, but it ships with these aluminum pinion gears. You get a 13-tooth and a 15-tooth, both 0.8 module. And Tamiya's own instructions, they don't really say anything about needing to upgrade these, which seems weird. What's the thinking? Why aluminum with that kind of motor?
Right, and it's fascinating because it really doesn't seem like an accident. It looks like a deliberate choice.
Yeah.
There are probably a few reasons Tamiya might have done this. One is likely, cost management. Aluminum's just cheaper to make in large quantities, helps keep the kit affordable. Another angle is historical fidelity. The original car from '86, the Super HotShot, used aluminum. So even though they updated other things like the prop shaft and the dampers, maybe they kept the pinions the same for that nostalgic feel.
Okay, cost and nostalgia, I get that, but there's more to it.
Yeah, the really interesting part, the core idea, seems to be this mechanical fuse philosophy. The idea is that the softer aluminum pinion acts as a sacrificial part. Under really heavy load, like a bad landing or a jammed wheel, that pinion is designed to strip first. It basically saves the more expensive, harder to replace gears inside the gearbox. The spur gear, counter gear, the differentials. There was a user on Tamiya Club, Mark BT73, who mentioned seeing this gray sheen of aluminum dust inside his gearbox. That's the pinion doing its job, wearing away to protect everything else.
Huh. So Tamiya engineered a weak point on purpose. Almost counterintuitive, isn't it? Like they're saying, look, if something has to break, let it be this cheap, easy-to-swap part. It's kind of clever. But okay, how did the RC community take this? Did they just go along with replacing aluminum pinions all the time?
Well, not really. Once people started running that powerful GT Tune motor, the community verdict came back pretty fast and very clear. Upgrade it to steel. That extra power just chews through the aluminum pinions way too quickly. It's well documented. So what might look like an optional hop-up part, the steel pinion, it basically becomes an essential reliability app. You pretty much have to do it. Like another user, Tom will put it simply. Don't forget to swap the pinion for a steel one. It's just standard advice now.
Right. Steel becomes non-negotiable for reliability. Okay, so where do we get these steel pinions? If Tamiya knows this is happening, do they offer official steel ones in the right sizes, the 13 and 15 tooth?
That's the tricky part. Tamiya does make steel hop-up pinions. They have part number 54628, which is a 17 tooth, and they even admit steel offers greater durability. But finding official Tamiya steel pinions in the stock 13T and 15T sizes, that can be really difficult. They're often out of stock or just not listed. So this is where the aftermarket really shines.
Okay. So the community found its own solutions. What's the go-to?
The primary recommendation, the one you see everywhere, is Robinson Racing Products, RRP. They make 32-pitch steel pinions. The part number for the 13-tooth is #0130, and for the 15-tooth, it's #0150. These things are tough, they're widely available, and people have been using them successfully for decades. They just work.
Okay. Robinson Racing 32-pitch. And you mentioned Tamiya uses 0.8 module. How close are those? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's a great point. Technically, 0.8 module converts to 31.75 pitch. So 32 pitch is very slightly different, but it's extremely close. What happens in practice is the plastic spur gear in the HotShot's gearbox just gently wears itself in to perfectly match the slightly different pitch of the harder steel 32P pinion. It sounds maybe a little rough at first, but it quickly smooths out and creates a really strong, reliable match. It's a proven fix for hobby use.
Interesting. So the plastic adapts. Are there other options besides RP?
Definitely. For the real purists who want that exact 0.8 module pitch in steel, there's Carson Model Sport. They're often easier to find in Europe. And another one is Yara Racing. They do hard-coated 7075 aluminum pinions in .8 module. Now, that's a big step up from the stock aluminum, much harder. But still, steel, like the RRP ones, is generally considered the most durable long-term solution.
Got it. So it really boils down to this. The Super HotShot, it's a fantastic kit, a lot of fun. But Tamiya made this calculated choice with the aluminum pinion. It's like a feature, not a bug. But with the motor they give you, that feature means you really need to plan for an immediate upgrade to steel for peace of mind and reliability.
Exactly. It's a perfect example of how sometimes getting the most out of a product means looking beyond just what's in the box. That community knowledge, that shared experience, it becomes absolutely invaluable in figuring out how to perfect these things.
Absolutely. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought for you listening. What other hidden upgrades or essential community fixes exist out there in your own hobbies? Or maybe even with the tech you use every day? Things the manufacturer doesn't necessarily advertise, but that the community knows are crucial. Something to think about until our next deep dive.